Hey y'all, welcome back. My name's Sarah, this is Coco. She's grunny, but she's in every video because she gotta go where I go, which is fine with me. This is part of the briefcase series. Let's get into it. Today's case is April Jean Sorensen, and she was murdered on April 17th of 2007. She was 27 years old. She was going to school to be a dental hygienist. She was married. She liked to run marathons. And on that day, it started out like any other. I mean, I guess you could say that for anybody that gets murdered. I could get murdered tomorrow and it would be like her day started out like any other. Feeding, pottying dogs. And okay, so let me tell you about the story. She worked mornings at UPS. And that morning, she worked her morning shift and then went to class at Rochester Community and Technical College. She had an appointment with a cable company, like, you know, the tech was going to come out and service her cable, and her appointment was for 12:30. And when the technician showed up, he saw that her house was on fire, and he's like, oh shit. So he calls 911. Firefighters show up, police show up, and according to them, the fire originated and just stayed in one room of the house. It was a bedroom. So they put it out quick. And when they, went to look around a little further, they found April's body. The autopsy showed, well, of course, she was pretty badly burned, but it showed that she had been stabbed and strangled before she was set on fire. They didn't say anything about SA, so I don't know if that happened or not. But they think that the fire was set, of course, to destroy evidence, but since the technician showed up, like, it didn't have time to gain any traction, so it was put out pretty quickly. They have no idea who did this. They ruled out her husband. They ruled out the cable service guy. To this day, this is what, 15 years later? 15 years, almost. April 17th will be 15 years. No suspects. They have no suspects to this day.
27-year-old April Sorensen was strangled and stabbed in her home in broad daylight, and then the house was set on fire.
Police are still trying to figure out who did it.
Driving along South Broadway, you'll see this advertisement on this giant billboard. It's one of 2 billboards that's been put up in Rochester to help solve the case. Though these billboards were put up recently, the police department's efforts have been ongoing since Sorensen was murdered. Lieutenant Casey Moylanen says the department meets to discuss this case monthly. He says they do have some people of interest, but it's not enough to solve it. They hope these very public ads will get someone to remember something from that day, even small, as any clue could be what they're looking for. He says they'll continue to work on this case until it's solved for the sake of the family and those who work tirelessly to solve this.
Anybody would want to know what happened to their loved one and have that person held accountable for their actions. To the family, I can imagine that they're just left with this big hole in their heart, just wondering what happened and hoping and praying that it gets solved someday so they have some closure.
There is a $25,000 reward leading to the conviction of April's killer. And I'm going to put this on the screen and in the description box, but I've got, if you have any information about the murder of April Jean Sorensen, please contact Rochester Police Department investigator Ann Johnson, and this is updated information, at 507-328-6921, or you can go to RochesterOlmstedCrimeStoppers.org. Like I said, I'm going to link it in the description box. And that is the end of that one. Thanks for watching, and I'll see y'all in the next video.